If you're watching this, chances are you've experienced one of the most annoying and frustrating PC problems ever. Your computer randomly shuts off by itself. You're in the middle of a game, working on an important document, or just browsing, and bam, black screen, no warning, just gone. It feels like your PC has a mind of its own and it just decides it's had enough. Well, I'm here to tell you that while it's frustrating, it's also very common, and it's something you can diagnose and fix yourself. In this video, we're going to break down the top 7 reasons your PC might be shutting down, and more importantly, what you can do about each one. Welcome to A Better Tech. Thanks for sharing your time with me. Make sure you like and subscribe or I'll have to steal your RAM. Alright, so the most common culprit is usually overheating. PC components, especially the CPU and GPU, generate a lot of heat. If that heat isn't dissipated, components can reach critical temperatures and your system will automatically shut down to prevent permanent damage. It's a built-in safety mechanism. The first thing to do is listen to your computer. If the fan is super loud, or you feel extremely hot air blasting out, or if the case is hot to the touch, then you're dealing with a heat issue. You can download a free program called Hardware Monitor or Hardware Info to monitor your system temperatures. If the components are running above 90 degrees Celsius, you need to dig into a solution. First, try cleaning your PC with compressed air. Dust acts as an insulator and will trap heat. Make sure your computer is off and unplugged before doing this. You'll also want to do this outside since you will get quite a bit of dust everywhere. You should also make sure you have good airflow around your case. Don't keep it crammed into a tight spot that air doesn't get to. If dusting out your computer doesn't help, you may need to reapply thermal paste on your CPU. This is a bit more advanced, but there's plenty of tutorials to help you out. The next common issue is the PSU, or power supply unit. If this is failing and not providing stable power to your computer, your PC will shut down, especially under load when more power is needed. A bad power supply might click, buzz, or whine. Make sure all the connections are secure on your motherboard, GPU, and drives. A loose connection will also cause issues. If you're technically inclined, you could test the power supply with a multimeter, or you could even purchase a power supply tester like this one. Swapping out the power supply with a new one could also tell you if your older power supply is bad. Another reason your computer could be shutting down is the RAM. If a RAM stick is physically loose, dusty, or has simply gone bad, it can cause critical memory errors. These errors often become so severe that the system can't recover and initiates an unexpected shutdown. The first thing to do is try reseating your RAM. Make sure to shut down and unplug your computer. Then you can remove the RAM sticks, dust things out, and make sure you reseat them properly into their respective slots, listening for a click when they are reseated. You can also try eliminating RAM sticks if you have more than one. If the PC only shuts down when using a particular stick, you've found the culprit. Windows also provides a built-in memory diagnostic. Search for it in the Start menu and run the test. If this reports issues, you'll need to replace the defective memory stick. Driver and software conflicts can also cause your computer to shut down on its own. A corrupt, outdated, or incompatible driver, especially for your GPU or chipset, will create problems for the operating system. Your system may or may not shut down, but you'll more than likely get the blue screen of death. Open Device Manager and look for drivers with a yellow exclamation mark on them. This indicates a faulty driver or hardware. Go to the manufacturer's website for your GPU and make sure you have the latest driver. You can also check for updated chipset drivers for your motherboard. If the shutdown started immediately after updating a driver, try rolling the driver back to the previous stable version in Device Manager. Before I continue, I want to let you know about the guides that I've created to help you get the most out of your technology. Links are in the description, so go check them out after the video. Next up is malware and viruses. Although this is less common, certain severe viruses or malware can consume resources and trigger a shutdown. You can run a deep scan with your antivirus of choice. If the option is available, an offline scan is the best method. This runs a scan previous to Windows booting and is better at detecting issues that could circumvent your antivirus software while in Windows. You can also run a scan from safe mode, which should prevent malware and viruses from loading. If you've been running Windows for a while, you could have a corrupt file system or possibly received a bad update. When Windows tries to access the corrupted file, this can cause a system failure, making your system crash. Try running System File Checker from Command Prompt as an administrator. This tool will check for and attempt to repair corrupted system files. You can also run Check Disk from this same command prompt. When you use this command, you may need to restart your computer. On the next boot, Check Disk will scan your drive for errors and attempt to fix them. Another tool is DISM, or Deployment Image Servicing and Management. This tool verifies and repairs the Windows system image. If the problem is recent, you can also try to restore your operating system to a point when it was stable with System Restore. Finally, the most severe reason is a motherboard failure. The motherboard is the central hub of your computer. If a component on the motherboard fails, it can lead to unstable power and shutdowns. Power off and unplug your computer. Then use a flashlight to make sure there are no swollen or leaky capacitors. You should also make sure the 24-pin and 8-pin connectors are seated properly. If you've ruled out everything else, the motherboard could be your problem. This means replacing the motherboard and sometimes other parts like the CPU and RAM. So before you buy a new PC, make sure your computer is clean and has good thermal paste. Make sure your RAM and power supply are good, and do some software scans as well. If you follow these steps, you will isolate the problem and hopefully make your PC stable again. Let me know in the comments which solution fixed your problem. And if this video was helpful, make sure you check out this other one for more tips on how to get the most from your tech. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.